Hey friends, and welcome back. If you remember a few months back, I decided to create this Bloom with Grace, one of my all-time favorites, using spray paint, making an ombre striped tumbler. So then I practiced on this beautiful one, and I do believe that I used sangria and champagne to create this beautiful tumbler. Again, the exact same technique, except this time we used glitter. Once you have your tumbler spray painted that will correspond well with your glitters that you've chosen, we're ready to go ahead and ombre this tumbler as we would any other tumbler. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you will know that I prefer to use the spray paint wet method to apply my glitter. This works flawlessly when you're using fine glitters, and in this case, these are both diamond cuts. So once I get started here at the rim and I really make sure that I have solid coverage, then I'll start to tilt my tumbler and just let the glitter cascade down. Then I'll come in with the second color. I'm kind of going in a little bit hot, but that's okay because I've already established my center point for my ombre. This is only in my opinion because I've been using spray paint as my glitter adhesive for quite some time now. And for me, it's super beneficial because at any point that I need to tighten up that center ombre section, all I have to do is respray it with clear spray paint, and then I'm able to go right in and glitter right back over it until I am super confident that my ombre is spot on. I really hope that it helps somebody out there that might need a little bit more time tweaking that ombre. So once you've allowed some dry time, also make sure you clear seal this with Rust-Oleum to really anchor in that glitter. This way it doesn't contaminate throughout the whole tumbler before you epoxy. For my first coat of epoxy, I am going to be using Fast Set from Counterculture DIY. Make sure you use your heat torch to pop any bubbles that you may or may not be able to see and allow this to fully cure before moving on to the next step. I waited 3 full hours before coming back in to tape off my tumbler. Your time will vary based on your location as well as the type of epoxy that you use. So please be mindful before taping everything off, as you could risk ruining the tumbler at this point. So as you're taping off and making your way around where you started, you'll notice that the tape doesn't mathematically make sense, as you'll have gaps. So when we get right down to where we're meeting up with the other side, you'll notice that I have to start tweaking the tape and just spacing it out as best as I can, making it look as even as I can. I want to apologize if that doesn't make any sense at all, but I promise you, once you start taping off, you'll see what I mean and you'll be able to easily fix this little dilemma. Once we're pretty sure everything is lined up and everything's looking okay, I go ahead and start removing every other one. If at that point that I've seen, once I've removed the every other one, if I need to tweak it, I will, because once you spray paint it, it's too late to go back. So just make sure everything looks pretty cohesive before you spray paint. Now it's time for another spray paint coat. However, you're not going to use the matte clear that I just showed. Obviously, you're going to want to use the same color spray paint as you used the first time, except this time you're going to make it opposite. So in my case, I had white at the top and teal at the bottom. As you can see, I now have the white at the bottom and teal at the top. You might have also noticed that my ombre is far more centered now, as I was able to use what I had already epoxied as my guide so that my ombres match perfectly up in the center. Once you have your ombre established, we can then go ahead and glitter just as before, and making sure that that glitter ombre is in the center of where you spray painted for your spray paint ombre. That's a very important step because once we remove this tape, we're really going to want to see that those ombre centers match. So while I go ahead and speed things up for you a little bit here, I just wanted to mention that I'm sorry, not sorry, if by chance you've seen this tumbler everywhere. Once you're satisfied with that next ombre, now's where we can go ahead and peel very carefully the tape. This is where all the magic starts to shine, because now you can see very clearly if your first ombre now matches up with your second. Once we have all of our tape removed, we're going to go ahead and immediately seal this with clear seal from Rust-Oleum. And we're going to let this dry for a good minute before we go in with our first coat of epoxy. I'm currently obsessed with this technique, so please let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? Do you love this idea or not? But I would really love to hear from you either way. Now that everything is dry, we're ready to go in with another coat of epoxy. I am using Fast Set from Counterculture DIY. And as always, make sure you use your heat torch to pop any bubbles that you may or may not be able to see. Now that we are fully cured, we are ready to place our decal. So I just want to say that I am back to using the contact sheets because I thought I was good enough to not finger touch the back of the decals, and I kept messing them up. So just to prevent that on such a beautiful tumbler, yes, I used the contact paper. Super happy that I did. The decals were perfect and flawless on these tumblers. So yes, I'm gonna go back to using my contact sheets so that I can prevent the fingers and all that jazz on the back of such a flawless decal. The amazing decals, the gorgeous glitter colors, Shipwreck and Champagne, as well as these tumblers, all came from AB Designs. When I tell you it's a one-stop shop, guys, I am not joking. Plus, you can utilize my coupon code SCOT15 and save you some money. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial today. I did do two tumblers, one with a gold glittery bottom, the other one was a Shipwreck glittered bottom to match that tumbler, and one of them is a 24-ounce straight, the other one, oh wait, it's a 30-ounce straight, and the other one is a 30-ounce tapered tumbler, and both effects look absolutely beautiful. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. If so, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And remember, when I hit 40,000 subscribers on this channel, we are going to have the biggest giveaway to date. So check out my group, Everything Tumbler Tutorials, on Facebook, which is where the giveaway will be held. I hope to see you guys again soon. Thank you so much for watching.